Well, this is just some reflections on the Kettlewell frictionless mouthpiece slider that I invented and designed and manufactured. How about a demonstration of what it does before I talk a little bit about its journey? This is actually a very inexpensive East Top 16-hole 1664, but it's been customized quite a bit, and I think it has a very pleasing tone. So what does a slider do? Well, instead of your lips being wet and sliding on the harp and you having to change your lip shape constantly to seal around the hole, which involves a lot of wiggling actually and a lot of musculature usage, and instead of that, on a one-hole slider, your lips sit static on a mouthpiece like it would be on a flute. And then the slider moves to the new note hole positions. And so relaxed embouchure. And everything you can do with articulation without a slider, you can do with a slider. And if you want to play the harp as a conventional harp, go ahead. There's no modifications to the harp. These are made out of aged Lexan acrylic, pretty much indestructible. I think you could squish it if you drove a car over it or melted it really with like a torch. And they're fit to fit an exact harp. So they aren't shipped like this should fit your harp. They're made to fit your harp. The popularity of the slider, oh, by the way, other benefits. Okay, well, you don't use spit anymore, saliva to lubricate, so you don't have that problem of your articulation to new note hole positions being slowed by drying saliva, which is a serious problem, especially on TV or in front of a crowd where you might be a little nervous and your mouth might dry out just a little bit. It's got that advantage. So the harp kind of stays a little cleaner, and I think that's a plus. To me personally, the relaxed embouchure is extremely important. It just makes the whole experience of playing the harp more comfortable. It does have downsides, to be fair, you know, things that I think are a challenge. First of all, you need to place yourself accurately in the hole positions to really get a beautiful tone. That's one thing. And it's so slick, you know, this is called a cool ice, that there's no friction. So it's like an ice cube, you know. That's a demonstration of it falling off because it's so slick. It doesn't have any friction at all. So they'll come off if you're not a little careful. But same is true with a violin. You drop your bow and you hear plunk. Or you drop your sticks with a drum and you hear plunk. So that's part of musical instruments. Probably the most closest corollary in musical history would be the shoulder rest for violin, developed by Yudi Menuhin. I have been surprised by this in the sense that I really didn't ever picture that it would ever take off. I thought it was cool when I first invented it, and I used it, and then I got pissed off and didn't use it for a while and then did, and because I had to adjust, you know, over time. But now I play with it almost all the time and prefer it. Most people who get one get a bunch of them. If they have a group of harps, they'll get a group of them. So that's a good sign. And the popularity's been like growing a lot. I will have the problem soon that I won't have time to hand make as many as people want without jeopardizing my safety, because I make these by hand with rotary grind equipment, and you can't do it when you're tired, you can't do it when you're in a bad mood. You have to do it when you're very calm and very fresh to do it safely. But, and I guess it's a limitation that you have to have the heart, but I just consider that part of doing the job right. Other people tried to make them and they failed, I think. And that's why I ended up, I did not want to make them, but I had to, because I figured out how to do it and made them right. They have to be perfect, as in perfect. What that means is the perfect shape on the underside. The hole has to be cambered so that it doesn't hurt your tongue. And this edge and that side have to be cambered so they don't go click, click, click. When and also the hole down here, so that you don't hear click when you move to new note hold positions. The shape needs to be correct, and you know, the mating of the underside of the slider to the top side of the mouthpiece has to be perfect. And again, there is no modification of the harp. I don't know, you know, I guess people try them. And if you're interested, go to the website mastersofharmonica.com. That's M-A-S-T-E-R-S of harmonica.com. And there's a contact link up and I'm sending you a little message. It's a small thing in the world. I mean, it's not of great import in that it's a small little thing physically. And, but I think it does shift the experience of playing. Some people have said it is the future of the instrument, the people that have them. I don't know. Could be, might not. They might be growing in popularity and then go down, really. I mean, that's possible, isn't it? But in the meantime, I'm enjoying them, and the people who have them enjoy them. And you've seen from all these videos and photos that there's just a lot of them kicking through for people needing them. It began with a guy calling me from Asia who had blisters on his lip, and he said, and he was playing a Suzuki SCX, which is a very slick mouthpiece, very nice one. And I thought, gee, and I said, how long are you playing? He said, a couple hours a day. I said, well, the only thing I can think of is make something that'll slide on the mouthpiece and your mouth sits on that. And then I started thinking about it and then started approaching organizations to do the design, but theirs didn't work out. This one worked. I happened to have an award in the basement from being a TV producer, and I chopped a chunk off and ground it by hand. And it worked, you know, sanded it and shaped it with a bench grinder, and that's basically what I do now. It's there's no automation really. But anyway, that's the scoop. We'll see how it goes, huh?